counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up on all things Brewers Mets ahead of game number 3 of the series. It'll be Quinn Priester going for Milwaukee, heading up against the southpaw Sean Manaea of the New York Mets. 1:10 first pitch scheduled for American Family Field. More information coming here in a second. Game number 117 on the season. Brewers 28 games above 500 now. Before we hear the lineups today, I want to provide some updates here on the Milwaukee Brewers as now it starts to rain again here where I am in Hales Corners. First and foremost, hope everyone is safe. Everyone's doing all right. After yesterday, looked like some crazy scenes at the Wisconsin State Fair and at American Family Field in regards to how much rain Milwaukee got yesterday. Sounds like there's going to be some more today. So again, everyone stay safe. Everyone make sure that you got a little plan. And really, if you don't got to drive places, probably don't drive. But Brewers providing an update on today's game. It will be played as scheduled at the 1:10 start time. American Family Field was not directly impacted by the flooding, but approximately half of the parking lots are currently inaccessible to traffic, and some access roads are closed. Now, another update as well is that the Potawatomi Sportsbook shuttle not running today because of their flooding situation. We will not be able to guarantee parking for all fans, even those who purchase parking in advance. Fans with tickets and or prepaid parking passes to today's game who are unable to attend today's game will receive a credit on their account for the value of their tickets and parking to use towards any Brewers 2025 regular season home game. Fans will receive an email before noon tomorrow with instructions on accessing their account credit. Additional information also coming from the Brewers in regards to today's game. Today's promotional giveaway was the Jacob Misiorowski t-shirt giveaway for the first 25,000 ticketed fans. That also remains scheduled for today. Recognizing that some fans will be unable to attend this afternoon's game, a second Misiorowski t-shirt giveaway will be scheduled for another game later on this season. Accessing American Family Field. American Family Field, again, was not impacted by the flooding, but certain roads leading to American Family Field are still closed due to standing water. Following our recommended roads to use for fans who plan to attend today's game. From I-94 westbound, use I-94 and enter at Mitchell Boulevard. From I-94 eastbound, use I-94 and enter at Mitchell Boulevard. From Blue Mound Road, enter at North Story Parkway. From Canal Street from east is not accessible. 175 southbound to Brewers Boulevard, also not accessible. So providing a couple of updates for you there if you do plan to get over to American Family Field to see the Brewers take on the Mets today. How's the lineup look? Let's get to that.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
I'll quickly run over those instructions again right after the lineups here, but let's start with the visiting New York Mets. Leading things off for New York, Francisco Lindor, the shortstop, will lead things off. Juan Soto in right field will bat second. Brandon Nimmo in left field will bat third. Pete Alonso bats cleanup and is playing first base. Jeff McNeil, the DH, will bat fifth. Ronnie Mauricio at third base will bat sixth. Cedric Mullins in center field bats seventh today. Brett Beatty, the second baseman, will bat eighth. Luis Torrens is catching. He will bat ninth for New York. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers. Caleb Durbin at third base will lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base in the cleanup spot today. Blake Perkins in center field will bat 5th. Andrew Monasterio at second base will bat 6th. Danny Jansen is catching, batting 7th today. Brandon Lockridge in right field will bat 8th. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting 9th today for Milwaukee. One more time here, if you are planning to attend American Family Field and you are looking for accessibility on the way in, from I-94 westbound, use I-94 and enter at Mitchell Boulevard. From I-94 eastbound, use I-94 and enter at Mitchell Boulevard. Blue Mound Road, enter at North Story Parkway. Canal Street East is not accessible. 175 southbound to Brewers Boulevard, also not accessible. Just to remind you guys, and make sure you guys are staying safe again as well during these rainstorms that apparently sounds like there's going to be some more incoming too, so make sure you got a plan if you are leaving American Family Field today as well. The game yesterday, fantastic for Milwaukee. One of the better games we've seen all season, I would say, from the Milwaukee Brewers, just from an entertainment standpoint. Plus, I mean, if you were watching that Packer game yesterday, that was pretty not entertaining. So maybe watching all in on the Milwaukee Brewers helped out a lot during that stretch as well. Let's get into how it went down on the Rewind.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Tobias Myers going for Milwaukee, heading up against Reed Garrett of New York, and it was New York getting on the board first. Pete Alonso would hit a home run to lead things off in the second inning, and Pete Alonso connected on his 26th homer of the season. It was his 252nd homer of his career. That is now tied with Darryl Strawberry for the most home runs in Mets franchise history. I know. I thought that was a surprising stat when they said that yesterday. But congrats to Pete Alonso. I mean, I guess if you want me to feel a little nice for you. But yeah, I thought that was weird to see that he was the top guy for the New York Mets. In the bottom of the second, however, Milwaukee would answer back. Andrew Vaughn got a one-out single. Blake Perkins would follow up right after him. 2 men on. Bryce Terang pops out to shortstop, but Anthony Siegler draws a walk. The league leader in at-bats with the bases loaded is Joey Ortiz. Put the ball in play, and good things might happen.
2-2. Ortiz, a chopper up the middle. Going to be a tough play. It's off the glove of Lindor. One is in. Vaughn. Perkins right behind him. 2 runs are in on a top spinner from Joey Ortiz. And the Brewers are in front.
A very rare mishap from Francisco Lindor. 2 runs would come across, all highlights courtesy of FanDuel Sports Network, and the Brewers take the lead after giving it up in the top part of the second inning. Heading to the third, Starling Marte would homer again for New York. He's had a good series in the first 2 games. It was 2-2 after 3. Later on in the contest, after the Mets would take the lead in the 4th inning thanks to a Cedric Mullins single that would score Jeff McNeil, Bryce Terang remaining hot. Maybe a little bit of a power stretch for the second baseman.
Feeling out there. Into center field, Terang gets into one. That's got a chance. It's up. It is out. Bryce Terang has homered in his second consecutive game. Just like that, we are tied. Just like last night.
You heard it there from Brian Anderson, homering in back-to-back games. It's the first time in Terang's career that he has homered in back-to-back games. He recorded an RBI in 6 of his last 7 games now so far in August, and he has been batting .367 with an .867 slugging percentage in that time as well for Milwaukee. Now, in the 5th, however, once Terang tied it in the bottom part of the 4th, Juan Soto had another home run go over the wall. He would make it 4-3 after a leadoff homer off Aaron Ashby. Heading on to the best inning maybe of Brewers baseball all season, down 4-3 in the bottom part of the 7th inning. Bryce Terang leads things off with a single. Then Caleb Durbin would line out. Joey Ortiz staying hot, got a ground rule double. Now Sal Frelick trying to get his job done and tying the ball game up by, again, just putting one in play.
Stanek deals. Frelick puts it in play. Here comes Terang. No play at the plate. Put the ball in play. And this game is tied at 4. Sal does it again. Fighting for his life with 2 strikes.
Put the ball in play. Good things might happen. Isaac Collins.
Collins, bouncing ball. Mauricio boots it. In the score is Ortiz. And the Brewers have a 5-4 lead. And the man Mendoza brought in for defense cannot corral it.
Now, Isaac Collins did rip that ball, and they did end up ruling it a single based on how hard it was hit. Again, I think they're probably a little generous on some of these calls, but Isaac Collins will definitely take it and get a couple of RBIs as well, or get an RBI for it as well. That made it 5-4. Then another interesting at-bat. William Contreras is up for Milwaukee. First pitch of the AB was ruled an automatic ball because of a pitch timer violation in which William Contreras lined out to the outfield. He got another chance off Ryan Helsley, and he made it count for sure, indeed.
And Contreras, deep left center, gone! Wild Bill, a 2-run blast. Seven to 4, Milwaukee.
Never really quite saw anything like that from any major league game, let alone a Brewer game. William Contreras hitting a home run. That is his 10th on the season. It was off a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, hit it 99 back the other way. 7-4 is the score. That would be the final. Trevor McGill would get a ground out from Francisco Alvarez after giving up a single to Cedric Mullins. He would strike out Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto to end the game. The Brewers now 72-44 on the season, 38-20 at home. Bryce Terang with the big homer. William Contreras also with the home run. His long ball came after the pitch clock violation. That was just incredible. And Trevor McGill to close things out. He's got just 1 earned run allowed over his last 12 games. 10th save during that stretch as well. Opponents are batting 164 off Trevor McGill during that stretch. Jared Koenig picks up his 4th victory of the year. Ryan Stanek gets the loss. The save for McGill was his 28th of the season.
The MVP of the last game for the Crew. Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
I think for the situation, William Contreras is probably the MVP of yesterday's game. But again, just don't sleep on what Bryce Terang has been doing now for this Milwaukee Brewers team during this stretch. Brewers now 8-game winning streak. It's their 3rd streak of 8 games this season. No other team has more than 1. 10 games now in a row without an error. That's tied for the 6th best streak. 12 going back to 2019 is the best game as well. Best streak. Best record in baseball still by 3.5 games, up by 5 games in the NL Central. The MLB's largest run differential now. They are plus 131 on run differential this season. At the beginning part of the year, they were outscored 47-15. They were negative 32 in the first 4 games of the season when they started 0-4. The manager, Pat Murphy, got to be happy about how things have gone down lately for Milwaukee. Here he is after the Brewers pick up the 7-4 victory in Game 2 against the Mets.
Murph, the kind of back and forth nature of that game, is that one where everybody just had to kind of stay in it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super proud of our guys staying in it the way they do. That's just who they are, and that's, Tobias got tired a little bit there, but, Miller's first outing for us showed some promise, and Ashby got us 6 outs. Wasn't perfect, but Koenig got right-handers out. Uribe was special, and McGill sucked it up again. It was just vintage, our pitching staff. Tobias did some good things. It's not easy to be down there and then back down and then back up. So I'm proud of him too, but we had a lot of things go our way. Right before Contreras' ball, the umpire noticed that the clock went down. That's part of the game. You might not call that luck, but you know what I mean? It is. Ortiz's ball goes right on the line. This is a great team over there that we're competing against. They're a great club. They got a lot of great ingredients over there. They're built. They're trying to win it all. And you just look at the first. Really, you look at everybody in their lineup. They're just super, super talented. So their bullpen. What can you say? That bullpen is really special. Collins' ball that he hit is 103 mile an hour ball. He fouled one off. He got another 103. And I always say, you can time up a jet plane if you know it's coming, right? So. Hats off to him. He wasn't having his normal best day. Hats off to Sal for battling like he did and putting the ball in play there. Terrain, good base running. Contreras' homer, huge. So a lot of good things. Terrain, what can you say, man? The guy's coming into his own as a hitter. It's really, really special. But Joey Ortiz, come on, man. Double, and then the defense he's playing. Have you guys seen it? This is every type of play. He's making it, Yeah, it's a team effort. Look at how many pitchers we use. Six pitchers, and Durbin came off the bench and hit a bullet. It's just, I love it when they're ready, and I love it when they show just like the resiliency. You can't control the outcome always. Today we had things go our way, and we could, we got the victory, but just the way they stick with it.
Murph, what is your philosophy about, you've said this so many nights lately, things go our way. What's your philosophy about the roll luck and good bounces and the right thing happening at the right time and playing into winning streaks like this?
I think it's hard to evaluate that kind of thing. Fate of the game kind of, But you got to expect it and bounce back the next play, no matter if it goes for you or doesn't go for you. It's that relentlessness that's unique about our club. I think they're relentless, and they don't get affected by that line drive that gets caught. Everybody's disappointed, or that ball that falls. We've had it go against us a ton, but I just tend to. I always want to give the other team credit too, because they're fantastic. They hit some balls out of sight. So, you know why that guy is a wealthy man. You know why. He's so darn dangerous. He affects every game because he affects the guy in front of him, the guy behind him. It's the Marte guy. We can't get him out. It seems like he's tremendous in this ballpark.
The first couple opportunities that Tobias had gotten earlier this year as a starter, you had talked about not mixing speeds enough, not using certain pitches enough. Do you think he mixed a little more today in the way that?
No, he did. He mixed. He ran out of gas. We couldn't get Ashby ready soon enough when we saw it. William Contreras deserves way more credit every game because how he's controlling the pitching staff and minimizing damage. But he gave us it right away, hey man, it's leaving him, and he looked over in a way that it's just so helpful to have somebody like that. So.
There is the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy FanDuel Sports Network. Tobias Myers' final line yesterday: 3 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 homers given up to Pete Alonso and Starling Marte in the contest. It is the leadoff show. Coming up, we will talk to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Again, reminder that there is no shuttle for the Potawatomi Sportsbook today. And if you are trying to head to American Family Field for the ball game today, I-94 westbound, use I-94 to enter at Mitchell Boulevard. I-94 eastbound, use I-94 to as well enter at Mitchell Boulevard. From Blue Mountain Road, enter at North Story Parkway. Canal Street from east is not accessible. 175 southbound to Brewers Boulevard, also not accessible today. Drew Wagner will join us in about 20 minutes as well, but let's get some of our best bets if you want to get any action today on the game with Austin Herdina up next. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, let me run down the Milwaukee Brewers lineup again for you guys here today. It is for Milwaukee, Caleb Durbin leading things off. Isaac Collins will bat second, play left field. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base, bats fourth today. Blake Perkins will bat fifth, play center field. Andrew Monasterio at second base will bat sixth. Danny Jansen, the catcher, will bat seventh. Brandon Lockridge in right field will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, will bat ninth and round things out for the Milwaukee Brewers. Couple of updates again, just in case you were listening. If you are planning on still heading over towards American Family Field, be safe. I-94 westbound, use I-94, enter at Mitchell Boulevard. I-94 eastbound, use I-94, enter at Mitchell Boulevard. From Blue Mountain Road, enter at North Story Parkway. Canal Street from east is not accessible. 175 southbound to Brewers Boulevard, also not accessible. Joining us now from the Potawatomi Sportsbook manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. It is Austin Herdina at Potawatomi. Austin, how are we doing today, my friend?
Trying to stay dry and above water.
Yeah, I know. It was great. Like, what an insane, event like yesterday of just how much rain has happened now in Milwaukee. Saw some crazy pictures and videos from the State Fair, American Family Field. I see you guys over at Potawatomi dealing with it. I've already notified people no shuttle today, just based on the accessibility right now. But stay safe if you are driving out there as well. But the Brewers yesterday, very exciting game, and this team just continuing, Austin, to play better than you each and every day.
Yeah, and they just kept coming back. I mean, they fell behind a run, they tied it up. Fell behind a run, tied it up. Fell behind a run, put up 4 in the bottom of the 7th. We took advantage of second chances with that automatic ball call, and then Contreras hits the 2-run homer. The team has been doing that all year long, just taking advantage of any opportunity they have. It's exciting, and hopefully we got 8 in a row right now. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, let's get 4 more. Let's get the burgers.
Let's get the burgers. Let's do it for the burgers. Looking at the betting odds, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook today. Brewers slight favorites on the money line at -118. You'll get -215 on +1.5 Brewers odds today. And the over-under set at 8. What are you looking at over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Austin, to get a parlay for the people going?
So listen, about the 8 in a row. The Brewers have won 8 in a row 3 times this season. That has not happened in about 100 years for any baseball team. So that is pretty awesome. I'm taking the Brewers again. They're, like I said, I've said this before, the gift that just keeps on giving. So just keep riding the Brewers. I like the under today. I'm actually moving it to 7.5. I'm selling half a run. So we're going Brewers under 7.5. And Sean Manaea is a pitcher that I've always liked. I feel like he's going to get some strikeouts. So I like over 4.5 strikeouts for him. So those 3 combined are +460. You got Brewers under 7.5, Sean Manaea over 4.5 strikeouts.
Brewers money line under of 7.5, Sean Manaea of over 4.5 strikeouts. It'll pay +460 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin Herdina joining us on the leadoff show. Austin, what's coming up over at Potawatomi people should know about? Let's plug some stuff for the casino and sportsbook.
Yeah, it's right now we got the fantasy football package still selling. We've had some interest in that, so if you want to get your reservation in, you should do that now. Go to Potawatomi.com, go to sportsbook, and then click on the page, it'll be like fill out the request form, and you fill out all the information about your league and the date and time you want to do it, and then that goes right to my email, and then I reach out to you to finalize it. It's $49.95 a person. You're going to get $10 in rewards play. You're going to get 4 hours of just a luxury experience in the sports book up on the second level, overseeing everything. You got a nice table set up with power supplies. You got a draft board. You're going to get, chicken wings and pulled pork sliders and, chips and dip and salsa and just 3 alcoholic drinks per person as well. It's just a really awesome package and a fun thing to do for your league.
Yeah, it should be an awesome experience. Why not have it over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook? You get to talk to Austin Herdina, too. A pleasure I get every day. One more time, his parlay for the people today for Brewers and Mets Game 3. Brewers money line under of 7.5 total runs, and Sean Manaea over 4.5 strikeouts. It'll pay +460 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, have a great rest of your day, my friend. Stay dry. Happy Sunday, and of course, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is, Austin Herdina, joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. No sound from the manager, Pat Murphy, but we do have Brewers President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger, discussing the decision to play today's game, the status of the roof after last night's leaks, and, of course, the parking situation. Want to get you guys some of this sound from our guy, Andrew Wagner, to help you if you are going to today's game, and maybe to help you if you are getting a refund for future's game. Here is Rick Schlesinger.
Rick, there's the fan considerations today. There's the Nets considerations. There's the fact that the roof and the stadium's okay. How did all that play into the decisions you made this morning?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not a simple situation. The fact is the building is in great shape. So we're very fortunate that there was no damage for any flooding in the structure. Obviously, some of the access roads are closed and some of the parking lots have been flooded. But, after talking internally and talking with folks and understanding what was going on in and around the ballpark and with closures and with access, we felt that it was the right thing to do to still play the game. And there are ways to get here. Obviously, the fans know that the normal access points are going to be a little compromised. So they're going to make alternate routes, but and folks that can't come, we're going to make other arrangements for them for the tickets and parking. But we decided that given that this is the last time the Mets are going to be here this year in the regular season, given that the ballpark is in fine shape, and given that we weren't going to compromise, law enforcement or other governmental officials to try to deal with the flooding situations, we felt we could play the game under the circumstances. And the fans that can come, it's great. Fans that can't, again, they won't be negatively impacted by the fact that they can't use their ticket. We'll make that exchange available to them, and they'll come to another game.
Was there thought of postponing it for a couple hours or delaying the start a little bit?
We thought about it, but candidly, we didn't know that would give any more time for access roads that are currently not available. We didn't know that would necessarily lead to more access roads to the ballpark. So we felt like, let's just start the game at 1 o'clock. We're, instead of trying to communicate a different time and readjusting all of the work schedules, we have a lot of game day event staff coming in. And to their credit, most of them are able to make it here and wanted to be here. We didn't want anybody to come who felt that it was a risk of safety or had other issues. But most of our game day staff wanted to be here, so we felt starting the game on time made the most sense just for logistics.
Rick, with the weather that's still coming, that's a lot of water in the lots. Is that something you guys are concerned might linger into this next series?
No, we're going to obviously monitor that. Obviously we have a lot of people coming today, and all the lots will be used today. It was a little bit smaller crowds yesterday, but we're going to monitor if the lots are still flooded and we don't think they're going to be operable. We'll communicate to the fans. The good news is we have 13,000 spots for cars, and we also have options to maybe park people elsewhere, so we'll figure it out. But we're going to monitor the rain today, and if we have to adjust in some parking for tomorrow, we will. But I don't anticipate that the rest of the games in this homestand will be compromised or affected. Those games will continue.
It sounds like, Rick, because there's basically two access points in, there's a lot of people out there being patient. Is the game still going to start on time? Yeah,
we debated, the practicalities of delaying the game, but we're going to start the game at 1 o'clock, 1:10, and obviously for broadcast and again for the players, we felt that it made the most sense to start the game on time. And if fans will come in late, we also know that a lot of fans, a certain number of fans will probably decide not to come to the game. So even though it is a sellout, and we have 42,000 tickets sold for today, obviously fewer than that will be here. So even though less access roads, less people will be coming. So it may even out a little bit.
Rick, with some of the water that was coming through the roof and the floods yesterday, is that something that you anticipate being fixed with all the money going into the park?
Yeah, I mean, as you guys noticed, and this has been the case since 2001, the ballpark does have points in the roof seams where the water does get through, and while a normal rain, we don't see that. Obviously, with the 10 inches of rain that hit in a very small period of time, you're going to have the water come in, and our grounds crew did a great job of keeping the field in shape. We're going to talk to the same district and see what can be done. I will tell you that, if you're going to have 10 inches of rain in 4 hours, you're probably going to still have rain coming through. There's only so much you can do. You've got a lot of roof seams. It's not like putting a few shingles on your roof house. These are massive, seams, and because the roof is movable, they cannot be completely watertight. But obviously, we want to make it as fun and as comfortable to fans and as less impactful to the play service as possible. So we'll have those conversations for sure.
on mornings like this, Rick, do you worry about the players making it? Did everybody get here?
Yeah, the players are pretty resourceful, and we communicated with them on how to get here, and they're here, they're ready to go. But yeah, I mean, it's the players knew and talked to Dan Luray and other people here to make sure what was the best way to get here. And most of the players live pretty close, so it's they didn't have to make a long drive. But yeah, we have been surprised, candidly, how much of our game day staff has reported in and is ready to work. With a full sellout crowd, with Jacob Mizorowski, 25,000 T-shirts given away, all the concessions, and all the gate screeners, all the parking attendants. So we've had such a great response from our staff to get here. Testament to their devotion to the Brewers and their work ethic, but also, as we told people, if you feel uncomfortable with coming and you can't make it here, safety first, family first, but people are coming in.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner, powered by Ironworkers Local 8. Apply today at iwl8.org and join the Brotherhood building Milwaukee's skyline. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Rick Schlesinger just speaking. That audio courtesy of Drew Wagner. Drew's going to join us in about 5 minutes or so here on the leadoff show. Time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Iron Workers Local 8. Thanks again to Iron Workers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. Some news to report, some names to say here. We've talked about it for sure all season long. Maybe things starting to come together for the Brewers minor leagues. Let's start with AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville yesterday drops 9-5 to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. However, in the contest, Drew Avon's 2 for 5, Tyler Black 2 for 3 in the game as well. Jefferson Cuero picked up a hit and 2 RBIs in the contest. Even Ollie Dunn, 2 for 5 for him. Eric Haas did clear waivers, by the way, if you didn't know that from a few weeks ago, and he's back with AAA Nashville. He picked up a hit and 2 RBIs in the game. It was the debut for Brian Fitzpatrick at the AAA level. Did not go ideal for him as he just got called up from Biloxi. He started in Wisconsin this year, don't forget. In his first game, he went 2/3 of an innings, gave up 6 earned runs in the contest, too, for Fitzpatrick. That all came in the 6th inning of the ball game. Moving on to the next level, AA.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi yesterday, they won 4-2 over the Knoxville Smokies. Blake Burke had his first AA home run on the season. Cooper Pratt came around to score on that. Burke was 3 for 4 in the game. Cooper Pratt 1 for 5. Luis Lara, Brewers number 10 prospect in the organization, picked up a hit as well. Now moving on to the High A Timber Rattlers.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Wisconsin yesterday, in that game, they win 4-3 over the Peoria Chiefs. We had Jesus Made 2 for 3 in the game. Marco Dinges 1 for 2, had an RBI as well in the game. Moving on into this one, 4-2, the pitching, or 4-3 rather. We saw Ryan Pritchard pick up the win. He pitched yesterday pretty well for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Things really moving along once you get some of the Carolina Mudcats exciting players up there for Wisconsin. Next week, I believe, this upcoming week rather, they will be in Appleton, so get your tickets to go see Jesus Made and Luis Pena at Wisconsin Timber Rattlers games.
Carolina Mudcats.
Mudcats had a doubleheader yesterday. They won one game, they lost one game. Eric Batanti had a hit in game 1. Jose Anderson as well. Filippo DeTuri picked up a couple of hits, and Batanti hit his 17th home run in game number 1 yesterday. In the second game, in which they made up for it, Batanti had another hit. Jose Anderson had 2 RBIs in the game, but not a lot. Josh Adamczewski 0 for 3 in the contest. Anderson's homer was his 4th home run of the Carolina season now for him since he got promoted up from the Complex League. Dominican Summer League is still going on as well as yesterday. The blue team falls and the gold team falls in both of those games. DSL Blue is 25 and 23, while DSL Gold is 23 and 26. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, see what's going down over at American Family Field with all of the rain happening right now and all of the chaos with the Jacob Mizorowski t-shirt giveaway happening as well during this time. It's good to catch up with Drew Wagner to see what's happening over at the ballpark for the Milwaukee Brewers. Live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Let's get to Drew Wagner next.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the Clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Sign your kids up now for July open tryouts at focusbaseball.com, ages 6 to 17.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up on all things Brewers Braves ahead of game number 3 today from American Family Field. Quickly, before we get to the lineups and Drew Wagner today, remember, if you're heading down to American Family Field, I-94 westbound, use I-94, enter at Mitchell Boulevard. I-94 eastbound, use I-94 and enter at Mitchell Boulevard. From Blue Mountain Road, enter at North Story Parkway. Do not use Canal Street. Do not use 175 southbound. Those are not accessible as of right now, getting into American Family Field. Lineup today, before we get over to Drew Wagner: Caleb Durbin at third base will lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Andrew Vaughn at first base bats fourth today. Blake Perkins will bat fifth, play center field. Andrew Monasterio at second base will bat sixth. Danny Jansen, the catcher, bats seventh. Brandon Lockridge in right field will bat eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. Joining us now on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. Follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at @Andrew Wagner. It is Drew Wagner joining the show. Drew, thank you for braving the storm. Getting in there, just let the people know, I mean, how difficult was it getting into the ballpark this morning?
I left my house and I plan to come down early, usually for Sunday games. It's kind of a show and go day. My goal was to get here by 10, so I left at about 9:30. And it was already clogged up. 94 was backed up all the way to the Zoo interchange because there's only one way in, and that's Mitchell Boulevard. Tried to cut around to Canal Street. That's when I found that flooded. All the side roads that go into that east parking lot, those are all flooded. I'd say a good chunk of that east tailgate lot is completely flooded by the business park over there. It's not pleasant. It is definitely going to be a take your time getting here. And maybe just stay home, watch it on TV, and use your credit to come back another day.
Yeah, we heard that. We played that sound you sent over from Rick Schlesinger, Brewers president of business operation. They will hook you up if you cannot make it to today's game. You previously purchased tickets to today's game. Exercise that if you choose to be safe first and foremost. Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Drew, yesterday, that Brewers game, maybe – dare I say that seventh inning was maybe the best inning or most exciting inning of baseball we have seen so far from Milwaukee this season. Drew, put the ball in play. Good things happen for this Brewers team, it feels like.
That's exactly it. It's not going to help the whole luck merchant argument, but here's the thing. There's a reason that the Brewers have so many unearned runs this year is because their style of play forces teams into making mistakes. They induce errors time and time again because they're aggressive on the base, because they're so patient at the plate, because they're always in motion, because they're so pesky and annoying and doing all those little things. People wonder why you're always taking those chances. That's why, because you're forcing the defense to make a play that maybe they're not ready for, maybe they're not positioned for. There was definitely a bit of luck that goes involved with that, especially when you go to that pitch timer violation. I mean, you catch a huge break there, but here's the thing. When you get those second chances, when you get those fortunate breaks, you have to take advantage of them. And that's where the whole skill and talent comes into play. It's one thing to be lucky. It's a whole nother thing to take advantage of it. And the reason that the Brewers are having all this success is not because other teams are just making mistakes. It's because they're taking advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, and Drew, they're also just preventing a lot of bad things from happening, too. I had some numbers here that I wanted to get to at some point, and you set me up pretty well for it. The Brewers are first in extra base runs value this season, in which they have stretched out extra bases, in which they are not creating a lot of mistakes. They have 12.5 runs based on their extra run taken value. Base running wise, they've grounded out into the least amount of double plays during this season. They are second in sprint speed as a team, and they lead Major League Baseball in base running runs this season. Drew, it's their brand of baseball, and they're sticking to it. And on top of it, they continue to build on the defensive side. Another game without an error. Oh, and hey, William Contreras figured out how to hit with a broken hand, maybe.
Yeah, the thing that stands out the most to me about those stats that you just rolled out there is the double play numbers. Listen, the Brewers, as we have well documented, they are not great at hitting the ball in the air. They're not great at hitting the ball to the gaps. They're not a power team. They're not a home run team. They hit a lot of balls on the ground. And when you hit that many balls on the ground and you're still not grounding into double plays, that's huge. I mean, double plays are the ultimate rally killer, right? When you're not doing that and you're scoring runs and you're hitting the ball the way the Brewers do, that's just impressive.
Absolutely. Drew Wagner joining us, Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at Andrew Wagner. Yesterday as well, Drew, just want to talk about the Milwaukee Brewers and Trevor McGill and how great he has been now at the back end. How huge is this now for McGill to really have this type of season? I know we saw it a little bit last year, but I mean, the Brewers move now with Devin Williams and how he's been performing in New York. McGill, he's probably having a top 5 closer season in all of baseball this year, don't you think?
Oh, without a doubt. It's uncanny. The luck, here we use that term again, the Brewers have had in terms of closing out games going back almost 20 years. You know, you had Turnbow, you had Turnbow, you had Danny Cole. Who else did you have?
Didn't Solomon Torres have like a really good year?
Torres,
yep.
You had Trevor Hoffman, you had Francisco Cordero, you had Frankie for all those years. Then you go into Knebel, then you go into Jefferson, you go into Hader, then you go into Williams, and you go into McGill. They've never missed a beat. You know, there are teams at the deadline that will pay a ridiculous sum to get a closer because it's the last thing they need for the puzzle. And the Brewers have never needed that.
They have not at all, and they're on their third 8-game winning streak of the season. No other team in Major League Baseball has more than one. Best record in baseball by 3.5 games. Best record in the National League Central by 5 games. Going into today, Drew, Quinn Priester on the bump for Milwaukee, maybe been the most steady piece of anyone on this team. When you talk about consistency, whether it's on the offensive side, the pitching side, the defensive side, I think I go to Quinn Priester first on what he's been able to do this season for the Brewers.
Absolutely, Tommy. And you and I have talked about that. You know, he's been giving those ace type of performances that we've said, 7 innings, give your bullpen a day off. And listen, usually you don't sit there and play for the sweep, but you kind of want the sweep today. That clinches the season series with the Mets. And granted, the Brewers are likely going to win the division or they're in control of it right now, but you never know. And you want that tiebreaker in case it comes into play come time proceeding.
Drew Wagner joining us here at American Family Field. If you're trying to get into the game, Drew Wagner telling you slow, take it slow, take your time. Also, Rick Schlesinger telling us that you can get refunds on this if you purchase through the Milwaukee Brewers. Exercising that with an email coming out tomorrow. Drew, how big is it to have the Milwaukee Brewers? You said already here clinching the series with the New York Mets if they're able to win today, but really just staying on track here now with another 8-game winning streak as you go into a Pittsburgh team that's been struggling all year too. Does that keep some momentum if you're able to pick up a victory against New York?
I mean, it absolutely keeps the momentum going. But listen, let's not overlook the Pirates. They've been playing pretty good baseball the last couple of weeks. They've been knocking off some pretty decent teams. I think they just knocked off the Reds again. They're not a team to be overlooked because they're feeling some confidence now, and they're going to want to come in here and slow the Brewers' roll. So, it's easy to say get past the Mets today and then take a breather against the Pirates, but we know that's not how it works.
Drew, thank you so much for jumping on today. We will talk again tomorrow. Leadoff show 6:40, so we'll have an hour and a half long show. Stay dry. Have a safe drive home. Enjoy the game, my friend.
Sounds good. Talk tomorrow.
There he is. Drew Wagner joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call. That's all. One thing we always do on Sundays as well here, we go through the standings in Major League Baseball, and it's always more fun when the Milwaukee Brewers are on top. The Brewers still are the only team in Major League Baseball with 70 wins, and they have 72 wins. No other team has 69 wins, at least, even for the rest of Major League Baseball. Brewers 72-44, 28 games above 500, sit atop the NL Central by 5 games. That is the biggest lead of any other division in the National League. Cincinnati Reds 61-57, the Cubs 67-49, St. Louis 59-59, Pittsburgh 51-67. That's how the NL Central works itself out. The Dodgers, the second best record in the National League at 68-49. They are up 3 games on the San Diego Padres, who are 65 and 52 right now. Philadelphia leading the National League East over the New York Mets by 4.5 games. The Mets 63-54 entering today's ball game. Taking a look in the American League really quick as well. Best record belongs to the Toronto Blue Jays. They are leading the AL East by 3 games. They are 68-50. They are up 3 games over the Boston Red Sox, who are 65 and 53. Detroit 67 and 51 have a 5-game lead over the Cleveland Guardians, who are 61 and 55. Houston Astros and Seattle Mariners going back and forth now in the AL West. The Astros 65 and 52, the Mariners 65 and 53, a half a game behind Houston for the top spot in the AL West.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Keys to the game, how we wrap up every leadoff show as well. Quinn Priester making his 22nd appearance, 17th start of the season. Priester last pitched Monday in a start against Atlanta, had the victory. He has won 10 straight decisions. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run in that contest on 90 pitches. The team is 10-6 in games where Quinn Priester pitches this season. They have won the last 12 of them, I believe, right now as well. Quinn Priester really just on fire. They have not lost a game he's pitched in since the end of May against Pittsburgh, in which they lost 2-1 in that contest. Let's get Quinn Priester into the history books, right? Winning 10 consecutive starts. 11th would break the franchise record, and by starts I meant decisions, that is. 11 consecutive winning decision today if Quinn Priester is able to get the victory. Plus, after using the bullpen a lot yesterday, we saw Milwaukee have to go use Aaron Ashby, Shelby Miller, who looked good in his first outing as well. Jared Koenig, Abner Uribe, and Trevor McGill all in the contest. You need 6 innings again out of Quinn Priester. You've come to expect it almost at this point, too, from the new Brewer this season. That's going to do it for us here on the Leadoff Show. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock, 90-minute edition of the Leadoff Show presented by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tomorrow for Milwaukee, as they begin a series with Pittsburgh, it'll be Freddie Peralta in Game 1 going up against Andrew Heaney, another lefty for Pittsburgh going in Game 1. 5 o'clock, the Leadoff Show begins right after Wisconsin Sports Daily. Live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.